Hey everybody, we are Nick and Kaylee. We're here to chat about all things jump rope and double unders with you guys. So today we're focusing mainly on timing and rhythm, and we all know that that is crucial for any type of jumping and definitely for double unders. So we're gonna get into first timing for just basic jumping, then we're gonna get into some drills that you can use to help with the rhythm for double unders, and then finally we're gonna touch on this concept that we throw around a lot in jump rope called feedback. So we're gonna get into it first with our timing for basic jumping. So Nick's gonna step back and he's gonna show you what we call the clock concept, all right? So if you imagine your body as a clock and your head is 12 o'clock, your feet are 6 o'clock, right out here somewhere is 3 o'clock, then we can start to imagine when we should jump based on where our rope is on the clock, all right? So if Nick starts to jump nice and slow, you can see that his jump initiates right when that rope is at 3 o'clock, right in front of him, okay? So if you wanna stop and then just show one basic jump, so 3 o'clock, he starts to jump, all right when that rope's here. A lot of times, we see people starting to jump really, really early. So like that rope is not even at 12 and they start to jump, and what happens is that, right? They either miss or they feel like they have to really overcompensate to try to get that rope around, and you're expending so much energy, and then you're gonna miss eventually, right? So that happens, and then also we see people jumping too late, so the rope's basically at 6, and then they start their jump, and that happens, right? So if this is you need to apply the clock concept, right? Start jumping when your rope is around 3 o'clock. Cool, so that's the clock concept. And then next, we're gonna get into some timing and rhythm drills to specifically hit your double unders. So before we get into our drills for double unders, I want y'all to see and hear the correct rhythm for double unders, all right? So Nick is gonna show us what double unders look like. So you can see that rope is traveling under his feet twice and pausing in between, okay? So what you'll hear, and we're gonna do it again in a second, but what you'll hear is 2 quick swishes of the rope followed by a pause, okay? And that pause is designed to allow you to land and then get back in the air before the rope speeds up again for the next double under, okay? So I'm gonna ask Nick actually to do some high and slow double unders so we can count that rhythm together. So he's going 1, 2, pause, 1, 2, pause, 1, 2, pause, 1, 2, pause. Perfect. So hopefully you're starting to like hear and feel that rhythm. And again, that pause is super important because otherwise, then every time you jump up for another double under, that rope is going to cut your feet out from underneath you and cause a miss. Okay, so that rhythm is what we're gonna be working on. Drill number 1 is called the penguin drill. It's super fun, don't worry, and you don't even have to use your rope for it. So Nick's gonna show us the penguin drill, and basically he is just jumping up and then slapping his thighs twice for every single jump. The goal is to slap your thighs twice before you land, right? And so if he'll do it again, we're gonna count that rhythm. It's gonna be the same. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Got it? So now we're starting to hear the same rhythm as we have for our doubles. So that's drill number 1. Once you feel comfortable with that, or I don't know if you ever really feel comfortable because it kind of looks funny, right? But once you feel like you've mastered that drill, now it's time to actually start using the rope. And we call this next drill high single bounces. What we're gonna do is basically jump the height that we would for a double under, so a little higher than normal, but we're not gonna actually turn the rope twice, we're just gonna turn it once. If you're an experienced jumper, this might feel weird, but what it's gonna do is teach you, you see Nick is having to slow the rope down in between jumps, and he's learning where the rope is in the air at all times, okay? And so this just really helps you get to know your rope and get to know how to speed it up and slow it down appropriately. Cool? So drill number 1, penguin. Drill number 2, high single bounces. Now you're ready to start speeding up that rope, okay? And really getting that faster rhythm. One really good way to do this at the beginning is to use a cordless jump rope. The cordless jump rope is kind of what it sounds like, right? It doesn't actually go under your feet, but it allows you to practice the rhythm without ever making a mistake, okay? So use that cordless jump rope for sure. There's a link for that down in the description. But then once you're comfortable with that, I would go ahead and start using a regular rope and just go for it, right? Start practicing those double unders and think about that 1, 2 rhythm in your head, right? So we see 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 every time he jumps. Perfect. So those are our drills. It's kind of a progression to get you up through those double unders and really teach you that rhythm. Last thing that we're gonna get into is that concept of feedback. It's super, super cool and helpful for anyone who's learning to jump. So like I said, feedback is a pretty commonly used word or concept in jump rope. You're gonna hear it throughout jump rope tutorials and really just all over the place if you're a person who's trying to learn a lot of jump rope skills. And all feedback is an awareness of where the rope is in space at all times, okay? And so a lot of it is just kind of a feeling that comes with experience. Because feedback is a feeling and an awareness of the rope, it actually helps if you can start by using a heavier rope. The reason is that if you have resistance in the air, if the rope is providing some resistance, you're going to feel it more, right, in your muscles. And that means you're gonna be aware of it during every single revolution, okay? So Nick back here has a 4mm PVC rope from Elite SRS, and that's a really great one because it does provide that resistance, and it's great for learning double unders, but it's not so heavy that it's just gonna, prevent you from doing anything, right? So it's a great rope to start with, and it is providing that feedback for him during every single revolution. Now, the very cool thing about feedback is that at the beginning, while you're learning, it's a pretty conscious thing, right? You're consciously aware and you're trying to figure out, all right, where is my rope? Where is it in space? And how do I need to jump over it? But as you become more experienced, that feedback becomes less and less conscious, okay? Which is helpful because jump rope is pretty fast paced and we don't have a whole bunch of time to think about where is the rope, because by that point, it's too late, okay? So as feedback becomes less and less conscious, your brain and your body just kind of intuitively know where that rope is in space. And at that point, you can start using a lighter rope, okay? That lighter rope doesn't provide as much feedback, but at this point, remember, your brain and your body just know where it is, okay? So you can see Nick is able to do double under successfully with this really light rope, and that is because he is so experienced and has gotten so much feedback from his prior experience with the jump rope. All right, so use that feedback concept, and hopefully you'll use all these drills as well and be successful with your double unders.
For sure. Make sure you look below. There's tons of links to ropes and mats, so always look down there and click on the link for us, and also click subscribe. That would be awesome as well, and then we will see y'all for our next video.